ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of your one and only Tabitha Show, sponsored by Alta TV and Pure Vision TV. My name is Tabitha Chibula, your host for today, and always, hopefully. And as you noticed, my hair is bomb. So to get your hair slayed, make sure to go ahead and visit New Millennium Beauty Supply Store. It's a unisex salon, so go ahead and get slayed. But if you think you can sing, registrations are still ongoing for the largest, biggest Christian singing competition right here in Edmonton, Rejoice Alberta. And don't go anywhere, because we actually have the person who God inspired to start this project, Lillian Kalani. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You look amazing.
Thank you very much. And you too. Your hair is a bomb, like you said.
Thank you. New Millennium.
New Millennium. Nice.
So tell me about yourself personally first, because I know you sing. So Lillian and I know each other for quite some time. So I know you sing, I know you dance too. But what kind of inspired you to start this whole Rejoice Alberta?
Thank you so much for having me. My name is Lillian Kilani and I sing. So what happened was, I used to be in Europe, and years of watching X Factor, believe it or not, and I used to be a huge fan, and every year I'll see people being voted out, especially people that wanted to do inspirational songs and songs that really touch the heart, and they just get to second best and they never win. And so I thought about it and I was like, well, why can we not replicate this in the Christian community?
Sure.
So from 2008, the vision got dropped in my spirit. So I kept praying about it and really trying to put things together in my mind and keep praying. And in 2012, the Lord ministered to me in January that this is the year you need to start this. So we started this in Europe, in Ireland, as Gospel Vibes, and we did 2 seasons. And then suddenly
I didn't know that.
We did 2 seasons of Gospel Vibes, and then we relocated to Edmonton, Alberta. So I took about a year to get to know the system, the lay of the land. And same thing in 2015. It was really heavy on my heart that the time is now and we need to start. So we started Rejoice Alberta in Edmonton, Alberta, in 2015, and so this year is the 5th season. So it's
huge. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you very much. But you know, it's one thing for God to give you a vision. You're just a carrier of the vision. He leads people that help you to move that vision forward, and you've of course been a huge help to us with Rejoice Alberta. We work with very great people that sponsor us with their time, their talent, and sometimes in kind too.
So Gospel Vibes is what it used to be called when you were down in
Ireland, yes.
So why did you change it to Rejoice Alberta?
So when we came together, the first thing of course I had to do was pray and then get a team to work with me. And when we sat to talk about it, they were like gospel. So I had a mixed group of people as my team. And we went to actually then, because when we were doing this in Europe, it was just really me and my husband. We didn't really have much team or help. So we went to really look at what's the meaning of gospel. And so gospel is a genre of music. Right? So we felt if we said gospel here, vibes, we would have limited Rejoice the competition to just gospel genre. But we wanted to be a Christian music, various genres like your gospel, your pop, contemporary reggae, that's awesome. And everything. So that's why we changed the name.
Okay, that's awesome. And like you've mentioned, season 5, that is again such a huge accomplishment. But obviously with accomplishments, there were challenges. So can you give me a brief comparison from season 1 all the way to season 5? The ups and downs, what did you have to go through?
Oh my God, there is still challenges. I think the biggest challenge is not having enough hands. Like the vision is huge. And you know, in season 1, all we did was, I did a lot myself, my husband, we've actually always been 4 people people carrying this vision. We had two other people that joined us, and we call ourselves the Fantastic Four because we go everywhere. But I mean, coming up to we start planning in January, and so we have to go to places, knock on doors, go to churches, try to get people to audition. The first year was just a lot of work to really get people to get to know what we're doing. And then of course we get to the point where when the competition itself starts, we have to rent a venue, carry instruments, get things from Longa Market, have to set up the same night, tear down the same night. Kids have to go to school the next day. You know, few of us just running around trying to, because it's a whole season. It takes 2 months to actually execute. It takes about 8 months to plan. Right? And so by the end of the season, I just want to switch off my phone and sleep. But I realized that the work shouldn't end there, but I've no energy to continue. And so we've always used different venues, and we have to set up and do all that. But last year, and even from the beginning, we as a team, the other team members were saying, look, I think we're going to save ourselves a lot of hassle if we did this in a church. But we didn't want a situation where we wanted everyone to be part of Rejoice Alberta. It's not for Christians. It's for everyone. Even though you're not a Christian, but you sing, when you come in, you sing inspirational songs that would really bless. We give that platform for you to be
open audience, basically.
And then when you get mentorship as to the right song, so it has to be, inspirational songs that really touch the heart without any swear words. So last year we were blessed enough that the Citadel International Church gave us the venue to use, and it really helped. It was awesome. It was really good. It saved a lot of stress of instrument and carrying things and having to set up, and the sound was great. This year, Word of Faith has asked us to come use their venue because we want every church to be part of this. So if you are a pastor, you're watching this, or you're a worship leader, we want to be able to move from one church to the other for people to be able to know that this church exists in the community.
That's awesome.
Because the goal of Rejoice Alberta is to glorify God, it's to unite churches, unite communities, and that's something I really need to speak about. Now, one thing that God laid on our hearts when we started, even as Gospel Vibes, was that music is a uniting tool. It's a universal language. It really is. Regardless of who you are. And there's so much division in Christianity. There is just, and people are, I'm for this church, I'm for that church, and people have gone into churches. And you know what, as someone that was born in church myself, I was sick and tired of it, and I just felt like this is one way that God wants me to be able to, us to be able to unite communities and churches, because when we come to Rejoice Alberta, as you've been, it's a beautiful atmosphere, because nobody cares who you are. It's all love. Nobody cares who you are. Nobody cares where you come from. We don't really care whether you're a pastor or not. It's just about the music and supporting these artists and giving them a platform for them to actually share their music with people other than their own church, because a lot of the contestants are maybe singers in their own churches, maybe in the choir like myself, but this gives them a platform to be able to share the gifts that God has given them with people other than their local church.
I'm so glad you pointed that out, because also someone that grew up in the church, there's so much division among Christians. This church is better, that church is better, and I'm so happy that through Rejoice Alberta, the times that I've definitely been a part of it, I see so much unity, so much love, and I think it's something amazing that you got to establish, of course, through God. So I'm not gonna, I don't want to boast your head here, but I imagine it must have been a heck of a hassle for you as a mother and a wife. How did you manage all of that?
Well, I'm still managing. Like I always say, this is the 5th season. We're nowhere near what we see. When the vision that God gave, I know it and I see it, and it's very vivid. And we're nowhere near it. And so my kids have come to realize, they know. In fact, Rejoice Alberta, during Rejoice Alberta, I would have 2 birthdays. 2 of my kids, a lot of the time, one of the Rejoice Alberta event is on one of my kids' birthday.
Oh.
So they know that this is something that it's a sacrifice for them as well. So we don't have that birthday. He will be like, oh, I know my birthday is going to be happen at Rejoice Alberta. And, they get the vision. But they get excited about it. So they'll ask us, when it's Rejoice Alberta this time? When are the dates? I think they love the whole being part of the whole experience.
That's good.
And this year...
And I know you put them to work too.
We do. We all set up, we tear down, and you're carrying the bags, and you're carrying the chair, and you're doing this, and you're there. In fact, this year we're taking it up a notch. My daughter happens to play the keyboard. She's not perfect, but she's going to be part of the band this year, which I'm so excited about because that would encourage females and younger people to know that it's not just about singing. That's why we say it's music.
Sure.
Last year we had those girls that sing and play, the sisters that play the instrument, and they are just fantastic. And it's great to see this. But my kids know the vision and they know how important it is. Apart from the stress on them, it takes its toll from the family finances as well.
Of course. Because
we really do not have a financial backing. We're praying, and we're praying for open doors, and we keep asking for sponsors, but some years are better than other years. Some years we might get a few sponsors, some years we don't, but it doesn't stop the vision. And so it continues, and we have to say, guys, this month you're not gonna have to we're gonna have no treats this year because we have to get Rejoice Alberta done. But we love what we do. And the other part is, my kids have asked me questions sometimes and be like, you sing, the money you're giving the winner of Rejoice Alberta, or the money we used to make Rejoice Alberta, why haven't you done your album? Because that's more than enough to do your album. They've put that question to me.
I'm very glad you mentioned it, because that's so true. She's an amazing singer, by the way. She writes songs too. So that's a really good question.
Yeah, it is.
So what's your answer?
Well, the same answer I tell them is what I'm going to tell you, is that my vision in life is empowering people. I love to see people do well. Call me tomorrow, Tabitha, and say, come be the background vocal for my track. I'll be there. Now tell me the same thing and say, Lillian, you need to get your song going. There'll always be something for someone that's more important than me, and but I'm getting there. Don't worry, it's coming.
Hopefully
God is working it out.
Yes.
It's all about time. It's all about time and season. I always believe that when God says it's time, then it's time. Even 3 years ago or something, my pastor said to me, oh, when are you going to do your song? And I said, oh, that ship sailed a while ago, because there was a time I really wanted to do it.
Okay.
But, then my energy went into empowering other people. But I know that if God says it's going to, if God says it's going to happen this year, it will. And if not, as long as we're alive, there's plenty more time.
Amen. That's a really nice analogy. I like
the other thing is, I like singing to live audience. So I enjoy the live performance and connecting with my audience. So some people have studio voices. I don't see myself as that. But, with the right producer and the right thing,
it can always happen.
It can always happen.
So if someone, one of our viewers or anyone that sees this, if they want to actually register, because registration is ongoing right now.
Yes.
How can they register and how can they be a part of it?
Okay, so Rejoice Alberta Season 5, of course, is getting bigger and better every year. And we're getting better at what we do. So I want to encourage you, if you sing either as a solo artist, as a duet, or as a group, all you need to do is go to our website, www.rejoicealberta.ca, and in French they say www.rejoicealberta.ca. Just go click on apply now. It's $50 to apply, and then it will take you to a link where you fill your form, and you get an option to upload your video, and so you don't have to come for audition. Just upload a video of you singing. The judges will get that, and they'll give you feedback if you've made it to the next stage or not. The other part of it is, if you don't want to do the video, you want to come see the judges, you click on the second option that says you can come September 14th, and then you pick your time, your audition time, and then we'll schedule you in for the audition, and then you can come and have your audition. I want to encourage encourage you. It's an opportunity you do not want to miss. The winner gets $3,000 inclusive of a studio recording.
Nice.
But like we always tell people, it's not about the winning, it's about the journey. It's about the ability to share your music with the outside world, with people other than your closest circle. And so most times the winner does not even, sometimes like the sisters, they've already done their album already.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
nice.
I tell people, don't get hung up on that $3,000. Come in, you learn, because you get mentorship as well. We have vocal coaches with Rejoice Alberta. You get mentorship. You get to sing with a live band of your own that you're directing. And so there's a lot to learn during the process. And you actually get feedback from people that know music, that tell you, maybe validation. If you thought you could sing, you get somebody telling you you're doing a good job.
Yes.
Maybe you need to tweak it here and there. It really helps to improve your craft as a singer.
And it's very real to the advices that they give you, and fix this, and they're very precise.
Yeah.
And it's very real because the coaches are known singers.
Yes, and they're music writers, they're coaches, and it's positive feedback. So we're a Christian competition. We're not going to break your spirit.
No.
We just want you to get better and to do better.
No Simon Cowell.
No. We did have a Simon Cowell in the first year.
Did, yes.
You remember?
Yes, I remember.
Simply Gabriel.
No shame to Simon Cowell, but
we had him. He was,
That's true. I hope he's watching this.
I hope you're watching Simply Gabriel. Every time I see him, I'm like, and he was honest, and he'll call it as it is, right?
Exactly.
And
Which
I think
is good. I'm not gonna,
in the final, Danny Moore did come as well and do his own Simon Cowell beat again. But over time, we have judges that just want to see you do well and get the best. And of course, Simply Gabriel wanted people to do well as well.
Yes. So there's not only the competition side, but what if someone wanted to be part of the staff, help out, or volunteer, or even play instruments? How would they contact you?
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly talk about the process, because people usually want to know the process.
Yes.
Now, what happens is that you, like I said, get into the audition, get an audition. Hopefully you make it. The judges immediately will tell you if you've made it or not.
Yes.
Now, the moment you get your gold ticket that says you've made it, then you go into what we call the judges category.
Yes.
Now, this year we're actually having 2 judges categories, but not two sets, because because we always get feedback and evaluation every year from our contestants and maybe from other people. Is that eliminating too many people in one night is too much. It's tough. And when you have too many people in one night, people don't enjoy the music because it's just too much. So we have judges category, so it's going to be 2 different sets. 2 parts.
Okay,
so different people, right?
Okay,
so then we have the judges category. One of them is on September 26th and the other one is October 5th. So as a member of the public that you're not in the competition, these are 2 dates that you can come be part of Rejoice Alberta, get your ticket, and you come in and you enjoy the music. You get at least 10 different types of singers in one night. Now, you make it through the judges category as a contestant. There's going to be voting on the night, so the audience gets to vote, which means as someone who is a resident in Alberta, you get to be a voice to decide who wins the prize. And so there's that judges category. The voting takes place. Whoever makes it to the next stage goes into the semi-final. Okay, so then the semi-final, then of course the numbers are reduced in the number of contestants. And then at the semi-final, they also get to do songs different, because we want people to learn. So you do different, we challenge you to do things you're not used to. So you get to do different songs and with the coaching of the judges and mentors. And then whoever makes it through the semi-final goes into the final. And then on that night, there's different types of voting. There's 2 votings, and eventually the winner would emerge. So if you want to know the date of our events this year, we have 4 different dates. Please visit our website, www.rejoicealberta.ca. It's all happening on a Saturday. Okay, that's the other thing. I was like, what's the other thing that's changing on season 5? Now, the other thing that's changing in season 5 is that prior to now, our events were on Sunday nights, right? So with the feedback we got, people wanted to come from outside of Edmonton, from Calgary, from
everywhere,
and it's tough because they have to go back to work. So we've made it easier for you. Our events are on Saturdays this year.
Yes.
Yay! So you can actually spend the weekend in Edmonton. You can then have an opportunity to go to one of the churches in Edmonton to see how we church in Edmonton. And then we'll be able to, then you have your whole weekend, have family time, and just make a weekend out of it. So that's one good thing that's happening. That's awesome. That's the other thing that's happening this year. The other part of that is that we want people to know that we're hoping eventually, because people have said, why do we have to come to Edmonton? We will move it, to different parts of Alberta with time, but we just want to make sure that we have everything solid and we have the system here in Edmonton, and then with time we'll be coming to you guys in other parts of Alberta to come do Rejoice Alberta.
That is awesome. So again, registrations are ongoing. If you think you can sing, or if you just want to go ahead and do it
and
just
try,
do it. Just try.
You may think you cannot sing. We've had people who thought they could not sing because they've always sang in the shower, and then they come to Rejoice Alberta and the judges would be like, oh my God, that's a unique voice you have there. So do not limit yourself. God is not limiting you. Do not limit yourself.
Exactly.
And if you want to be part of this vision by being a volunteer, please, we need help. We need all the hands we can get. Right now, there's about 5 of us doing this. It's a lot of work. So please, if you want to sustain me, you want me to be alive to do this for years to come and help.
Can they go on the website as well?
Go on website, or you know what? You can have my phone number. It's 780-236-2706. Call me. It's Lillian. Send me a text and I will get you to work. I'll put you to work. Quick. Trust me, there's a lot to do.
That is awesome.
We also need sponsors. So if you see this vision and you know that this is something that you want us to get better, like I said, it's a challenge. It's a financial burden. We have a lot of volunteers that it would be nice for them to be able to get something to get gas into their cars and stuff. So if you want to sponsor Rejoice Alberta, same thing. You can go to the website, or you can please send us an email from our website. We'll be able to do that. You don't have to volunteer in cash. You can volunteer your time, your business in kind. You do photography, pictures, and you want to be able to do this for Rejoice Alberta. We do have an intensive sponsorship package that we have a few things we'll do back for you and help you advertise your business. That's the other thing we've seen Rejoice Alberta has helped. Apart from the singers, we've had volunteers that got very good jobs from working with Rejoice Alberta.
Awesome.
One of our volunteers in the first year got his dream job right there and then while doing this, because one of the families of the contestants happened to connect him to a great job and he was able to do that.
That's
business
awesome.
Businesses have had a lot of return on investment because during our 4 live shows we will advertise your business and showcase your business. All around it's a win-win for everybody because it's God's vision and God does not leave anybody short.
That's true. Thank you so much for sharing that. And thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you for explaining
Thanks
how
for having me.
Of course, how people can go ahead and sing. You know what? Maybe this year I just might. Okay,
you're gonna be singing at Rejoice Alberta.
That's true.
So the other thing, this is an opportunity for me to tell everybody what happened. So apart from the contestants singing, we bring in guest artists that do come to sing and to also like professionals that sing and to bless people with their music. The judges also do get to sing at some point. So Tabitha is going to be singing on one of the events, but I won't tell you what date because I want you to be at every single one.
Every single one.
And
you never know. I might be singing at every single one. Who knows?
Who knows?
I'm calling blessing here.
Yes.
I'm throwing hints
all the time. Follow us on Facebook.
Yes.
You'll have all that information. Rejoice Alberta on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. We'll keep posting, and of course our website.
All that information will be posted right below the video or even at the end of the video. So stay tuned and watch that. Unfortunately, our time is up. I want to thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you.
Driving 35 minutes to come meet with me is a sacrifice.
I appreciate that. You're doing something great here, and thank you so much for having me.
Course,
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Merci beaucoup.
Did you guys hear that? That was French. She is practicing her French. That's awesome.
It's my dream language.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, then we'll practice.
Yes,
I got you. And merci beaucoup to everyone who just watched, all our viewers, all our supporters. Thank you so much for staying tuned with the Tabitha Show. It was Sister Lillian Kalani with Rejoice Alberta on the Tabitha Show. Good night.
Thank you.
I hope y'all are ready to worship and praise. Come on. Why don't you put your hands together? Just like this. Yeah. I love to sing your praise. Huh. I love to sing your praise. Huh. I love to sing and glorify your name. I love to sing your praise. Everybody sing.